So why aren't your prospects responding to the cold emails or cold LinkedIn DMs that you send them? In this video, I'm going to break down why we believe that's happening and how we fix it. And so if you sell to retail brands, CPG brands, food service brands, this video is for you. All of our clients, they're vendors of retail, CPG, food service brands, and we've been able to close $6.34 million in cash collected revenue for them from January 1st to July 1st of 2026. We haven't calculated the month of July because it's July 20th as of recording this video, but I know these strategies work and I know these principles will help you close more deals. My name is Ryan Ogren. I'm the founder of Money Make Marketing. So let's get into the video. All right. The reason why I believe your prospects are not responding to your emails is for two reasons. One, they didn't see it, or two, they saw it, but their awareness levels were not where you wanted them to be. Okay, and so I'm going to give you the fix at the end of this, but I want to explain this first. If you're a marketer watching this and you heard my buzzword of awareness levels, hang on, I will explain. So they saw it. So number one, they didn't see it. Number two, they saw your email or your outreach message, but they just weren't interested. So those are like our two buckets, right? And so we're gonna be focusing mostly on number two. If you fall in number one, just make sure you're rotating your inboxes. If you're sending from just one email inbox, come on, you should be better than that. But I'll touch on number one really quick because a lot of you probably just send from your HubSpot. We send from multiple different inboxes, okay? So we do 2 inboxes per domain. We buy these domains, we warm them up at least 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks before we send anything from them. The second that our deliverability drops and we're not getting response rates where they should be for that particular campaign for that inbox, I drop that inbox and I buy a new inbox and I put it right into that campaign. We always have backups going on, so we're always landing in the inbox. So if number one, if they didn't see it, because you're not landing in the inbox, that's how you solve that. Okay, so now number two, that they saw it, but they're not interested. So I'm going to walk you through the awareness levels. This is so important. I think Eugene Schwartz did this. All right, so this is like your marketing funnel. It's pretty much like there's 5 segments, but I just boil it down to 3. There's unaware, problem aware, and then solution aware, okay? So if you're cold emailing somebody out of the blue, you don't know what bucket they're falling into. You have no idea. That's why you're emailing them to begin with. If you already knew, then you probably wouldn't email them, right? But people could fall into the unaware, problem aware, or solution aware bucket, and I'm going to give you an example of which one they're probably going to be. Unaware, they are not aware of this problem at all, and they're actually focusing on something that was totally different. Let's just say you're cold emailing for displays and fixtures, okay? It could be temporary, permanent, but let's say you email a CPG brand and you say, hey, we can help you with your fixture program. They're saying like, what is a fixture program? That's an unaware audience. Or they're saying like, we don't really think we need a fixture program, right? So you see the mismatch there. And a lot of people would say that lead's not qualified. No, they're just early on in the sales process. If they could use a fixture program, but they're not using them yet, you just suck at sales. You're just not a good marketer. You have to be able to get them from unaware to problem aware to problem aware to solution aware. All right, so just using that example, we have a display and fixture client. We love our display and fixture client. We've closed a lot of business for them, permanent display and fixture. And so when a brand thinks that they don't need a display or a fixture, we hit them with this stat that immediately gets them into problem aware. Okay, the stat is if just by having a display or a fixture program for a SKU that doesn't have a display or fixture program, you increase your sales by 20 to even 300% for that particular SKU, that particular product. That immediately, see what happens? It takes them right from unaware to problem aware because now they know to be able to increase sales, which is a goal that they really want. It's their overarching goal. They need to have a fixture program. See? And now they have a problem because they don't have a fixture program. And then they don't know what SKU to use. Okay, so we just open up our own opportunity by explaining some information. I hope you understand how that works. So unaware would be like, we don't even need a fixture program. I don't even know what this is. I'm just unaware of any problem that we have. Just totally don't get it. Problem aware, we need a fixture program, but we don't know what to go with. We don't have no idea what kind of solutions are out there. So that is another problem. So it's a different marketplace because the customer has a different belief. So now let's say we're the display and fixture manufacturer, we're reaching back out to another brand, but that brand says, we say, hey, can we send over some ideas as far as our display and fixture process, or what, can we send over some draft designs, whatever. They say, hey, we know we need a fixture for this, but we don't know what solution we need for this fixture. That's like kind of what people will say. They know they need something, but they're not sure what it looks like. And so when they do that, it's pretty much when a brand knows they need something, but they don't know what the best solution will be. That's the start of when you would think they're qualified. And so, I don't know. I think you have so much more of your marketplace if you can take the unaware audience and get them to a problem-aware state. And usually you can do this with like stats and stuff. But I'll explain more at the end. I'll boil it all down. So the problem-aware audience, remember, they know they need something, but they don't know what the solutions are that are out there. They're just problem-aware. They just know they have a problem. And so essentially the way we move them from problem-aware to solution-aware is we explain the solutions. This is where your expertise comes in. And this is why my team is so good at what we do, because we're so good at finding your capabilities and explaining them to the prospect to get them quickly from problem aware to solution aware. Okay, back to the example, display and fixture prospect. They know they need a fixture program, but they don't know what to look for as far as a fixture program goes. They don't know what SKU to use. They have no idea what they should be thinking of, like versus permanent versus temporary. They're looking for just more information. And so more explaining the pros and cons of why you do things makes a lot of sense. Perfect explanation is saying, hey, you're explaining the needs of that prospect and extrapolating it up to the capabilities of your actual client or yourself. Okay, so example of this, display and fixture client says, we don't know what we need. We say, we know exactly what you need. You're going to be growing usually at this rate as you go, and you're going to be selling through retailers. You're going to have your wholesale channel. You're going to have your e-commerce channel. You're going to be doing all kinds of things. And let's just say you hit a big retail channel and you scale rapidly. We actually are tracking your inventory the entire time. So we're building as you scale, and we know the numbers you're going to need and the actual displays you're going to need before you actually need them. And we ship directly from our finished goods warehouse to your retailer or wholesale location, so you're never gonna have to pay for double shipping. Like all these different things that I'm doing right now, I'm not just pitching them, I'm kind of pitching them of I know what you need and giving them these solutions that they didn't even know existed. The effect that happens when I take a prospect from unaware to problem aware to solution aware is I own 100% real estate in that prospect's brain. They now think you are the only one for us. You're the only person that could ever do this. We want to give you this business as long as the quote makes sense. This is how we did this with a flexible packaging client for a twist handle paper bag program. And it was masterful. And it was something I stumbled on and I'm still getting better at because I don't master this every single time. I'll be clear about this, but I'm getting so much better at it. Unaware to problem aware, the best way to do this, give them stats around the problem. Why should they care? Just answer that question. Why should they care? That's how you get from here to here. And then when you go down to solution aware, it's literally like, how can you solve this problem? And then the most important piece of that is why. Because you're going to be talking about solutions to problems that they didn't even know existed yet. That's the beautiful thing about it. So why aren't your prospects responding to you? It's because you are selling to an unaware audience and you're selling messaging that should be going to a solution-aware audience. That's why. And it's not that your audience is unaware. They're not responding because they're unaware. It's because you're not speaking to them. And they're unaware doesn't mean they're not in market. It's just they just don't know you exist yet. And they don't know the capabilities you have because you've probably done a poor job of explaining it so far. Not a bad thing. It just means you can get better at it. And so I really explain this. I try to explain this in the best way possible, but I also try and one take it. I'm not big into editing, as you can see. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have more questions, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Ryan Ogren, Money Make Marketing. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.